Hi, I am Kevin Thomas and welcome back to the At Home Film Festival. Before you think I'm doing another episode on gay movies or rom-coms or campy cult classics, you're wrong. Maybe you don't know this, but I have a very eclectic movie palette. I like so many things. So this week we're going to focus on action films. Yes, that's right. I like action in my film. Love them. Now, I'm not going to try to pick the big giant ones that you know like we're seeing here. We all know those. What do you need my help discovering those because you already know them? So let's find 7 movies, one for each day of the week that may have gone a little under the radar. Our first movie is Nobody, which kind of went under the radar because it came out kind of when the pandemic was still full bloom. So it's available on HBO right now, and it went streaming shortly after its release. But this is a really good movie where a man who kind of works with bad people, but he's not a bad person, but he gets mixed up in a situation where it involves people trying to make him do something, and his family is being tormented for that. And of course, we find out he is not a nobody. He is a mother kick-ass man that will not tolerate violence and hatred towards his family. He knows the bad people. He knows how to get things done. And this movie is terrific. You may not have seen it, but you should now because it's available on HBO. Representing all the big, giant movie stars that do action films like Arnold Schwarzenegger and Tom Cruise and Jason Statham, I picked Bruce Willis. He actually had 3 good underperforming action films that we may not have seen, like Hostage and 16 Blocks. I've talked about this one before, but this is my favorite, Surrogates, also on HBO. This takes place in the future where our ugly selves are sitting behind the lens, living a cyber world, a virtual world, where the pretty version of ourselves can go out in public and do things. But somebody isn't taking that, and people are dying, which affects the real people watching it through the lens. Oh, what a great movie. It's also fun to see Bruce Willis look a little more attractive with hair, even though he's attractive anyway, but you know, more of the Ken doll look. I love Surrogates, and you should too. This movie costs a few dollars to rent, and it is kind of campy, but I really do like Looker. This takes place also kind of futuristic, where beautiful models get this minute surgery to make them even more perfect, but guess what? They are killed. Who's killing them? Why are they being killed? Albert Finney is the doctor, and he will find out what's going on. Oh my God, this is super fun. It's very campy. It's got some good fake commercials in it. I really, really like Looker. You should too. I can't believe we did not flock to see The Island when it came out in theaters. It's got Scarlett Johansson and Ewan McGregor. You now have to spend a few dollars to rent it, but it's worth it. Where they're waiting for kind of their lottery number to come up, where they can go back into the world and become a great person. But guess what? They're really not going anywhere, because on the island, they are just duplicates of people that they are being harvested for their body parts. That sounds like I'm giving away a lot, but that happens early in the movie. It's very exciting, especially when Scarlett and Ewan figure out what's going on. No one wants them. They just want their parts. And straight men, I think, are always after Scarlett Johansson's parts. But that's another story. Watch The Island just for a few bucks. Okay, let's go way back to 1976. Assault on Precinct 13. This is a very, very early John Carpenter film. Maybe even his first one. It's even before Halloween. Where this gang decides they need to rectify a bad situation that happened with the police. So they end up taking over a small police station to get what they want, hold hostages. It's gripping, it's wonderful, it's terrific, and it's on Showtime. Yes, this little film that you probably think, where can I find it? It's on Showtime, that's right. And it has a very good performance by someone in the Bay Area that I love named Laura Zimmer. Gotta watch this film. You go, Laura! The Guest on Paramount Plus is so terrific, and it features an actor, Dan Stevens, that is quite overlooked in almost everything he does. He plays a war vet that comes to visit a family of someone he was in the war with who died. And this family has a little turmoil and things aren't going great for them, so he's there to help. But oddly, most people involved in their family situations ends up dead Is he a killer? Was he really at war? What's going on? We need to know. Also, please remember Dan Stevens, because he's an actor that's played many roles and many terrific films. People forget about him. He kind of sometimes blends into the background, yet look how handsome he is. He should definitely be a leading actor that we take note of and pay attention to. So let's start with the guest. Be my guest. Speaking of underutilized stars, and it's too late with this one now, Paul Walker, he did such great work. He did all those Fast and Furious movies. Early on in his career, he did this movie called Running Scared. If you Google it, make sure you don't accidentally watch the Gregory Hines one. That's good too. But still, this Running Scared, he plays an undercover cop that loses a gun that he's got to find because the gun is the key to solving a crime. So many people are involved. They don't want him to find the gun. Oh, it also has Vera Farmiga, one of my favorite actresses. This movie is gripping. I bit my fingers off. Well, I guess they're still there. But I love this movie. It costs a few dollars, but it's definitely worth it. Watch Running Scared. Well, that's our show of the week. Please comment. I would love to hear. What other theme should I do? Let me know. Come on. As we say goodbye, let's take a last look at Looker. But while we're doing that, please remember to share, subscribe, and tell others to share and subscribe. How 80s! I cannot believe I know the lyrics to that song. Anyway, see you next week. Bye!